Kuzuzangpo and warm welcome to Business File. This week in this Business File, we have the Chief Executive Officer of Bhutan Insurance Limited, Mr. Sringal Sen. Kuzuzangpo sir, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, could you briefly give us a picture of Bhutan Insurance Limited?
Okay, Bhutan Insurance Limited was started in the year 2009. We registered ourselves under the Companies Act of the Kingdom of Bhutan sometime in July 2009. We got the license to operate the business from the central bank, that's RMA, on the 14th July 2009. And in line with the Companies Act and our Articles of Incorporation, we started our business on the 20th of August 2009. Initially, when we started, we are based on 4 core values. Not 4, sorry, it's 5 core values. The 5 core values were the understanding, integrity, respect, and also the unity. So whatever decisions the BI management takes is always guided and based on those 5 core values. When we started, on August 28th, there were around 24 employees. And we may be one of the very few listed companies who had to pay a tax of 1.24 million to the government in the first 4 months of operation. Normally anywhere, I think insurance sectors or banking sectors takes 3 to 5 years to even break even. But Bhutan, as you know, is always unique. Here is who you know. And basically what helped for the BIL to grow is because me and some of my senior colleagues who have worked in the RSCBL for more than 20 years has known the clients. We know who the potential clients are. They have known our integrity and honesty. And when we started, they all, many of them moved their business to us. So that helped us to show a profit of almost 4.25 million in the first year itself, in the first 4 months itself, and had to pay a tax of 1.27 million to the government. It's also heartening to know that when we offered our share in the public, it was oversubscribed by more than 35%. And unlike many companies, the shareholders has been widely distributed in all the dzongkhas. And it's also heartening to know that when the share was subscribed, the second largest shareholders are from Tashi Yangtze, which we have never even thought of. The composition of the shareholding patterns is that the 2 promoters, that's me, besides being the CEO, I'm also the promoter of this company, and my friend, my chairman, Mr. Ogin Rinzin, we hold 40% share. The balance 60% is floated to the general public through the IPO. That's all.
When you mentioned that in the first 4 months of its establishment that you made a huge profit, was that at the cost of Royal Insurance Corporation of Bhutan?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. In fact, if you go by the balance sheet of RSCBL, their profitability has increased by more than 20 to 30%. The reason I've always have been saying is there is enough market for 2 insurance companies in the kingdom. And it's always good if a competitor comes in because that will motivate the existing company to play a more important role, to provide better service, to identify new products, and to go into the vast base, especially in the rural areas. And that's exactly what RSCBL has done. Like in any country, if there is a monopoly, there is something lacking behind. People will not play an active role. People start more of directing the people, the clients, what to do, rather than serving them with the utmost good faith. So with this competition, I think both the institution grew. More new product has been developed. The base for the insurance sector has been increased. The representative of both the institute has traveled far and wide and tried to educate the masses on the importance of the insurance. And the end result is a healthy competition. And as much as we are a growing company. As much as we are growing now, RSP has been growing too, and it's been good for both the companies.
Understood. So, what has been the performance of Bhutan Insurance Limited in 2012?
From the date we started on the 20th August 2009, we have been blessed. We have been doing very well. The balance sheet of the company speaks for itself. 2009, our gross premium collection was 29.61 million in the first 4 months. Then in 2010, it was 14.89 million. And in 2011, it grew up to 230 million. That's a growth of 55%. So if you talk of the profit before tax, it was 4.25 million in 2009, which grew to 14 million in 2010, and further grew to 42 million in 2011. That is the growth of 125%. We paid a tax of, I said, in the first 4 months in 2009, 4.27 million. And in 2010, we paid 5.7 million, which further grew to 12.77 million in 2011. So we have been paying a tax from the first year itself. When it comes to a dividend, first 4 months in 2009, we didn't pay a dividend because we have performed only for 4 months. In 2010, which is the first financial year, we paid a dividend of 7.5%. So even the shareholders benefited from the first year itself. And in 2011, we paid a dividend of 12.77 million. Sorry, we paid 15 million. That's 15% in 2011. So it was a smooth ride for us. Everybody has performed. And the reason being why it has performed well from 2000 so far, because we always wanted to be the company of difference. And how we wanted to be company of difference is we made sure that all the employees are the shareholder of the company, which is unlike many companies. So 364 days in a year, they might be taking firing from me for not doing their work. But as a shareholder, one day in a year, they have the right to come and attend the shareholders meeting, AGM, and they have every right to question me on my policies, on my activities. In fact, we don't even need an internal auditor because they know exactly what I'm doing every day, and they can question everything. That's one. Two, it also can be contributed to my honorable board of directors who have come from different line of business, and they have a huge experience. I also like to thank our chairman, Mr. Ogun Rinzin, who has played a very active role, and he has guided us thoroughly for the last 3 years. Now, when it comes to 2012, why BIL? All the business houses has been going through a rough time. All the business houses has a problem of their own. They have to fight a battle of their own. And but I guess if the company is strong, if the company has the will, we should overcome that. The BIL, Bhutan Insurance Limited, which is a non-life insurance company, our main line of business are two. One is the insurance, the other one is the investment in the form of lending. When you talk of the insurance, the major portion of the premium that flows in is normally the motor insurance and is the fire and earthquake, which comes premium from the construction, the buildings. With the restrictions from the policies, because of the policies in the ban of the import of vehicles, as well as restriction in the slowdown in the constructions, yes, the inflow of the premium has come down by more than 30 to 40%. On the other hand, our other line of business, which is the lending, it also has slowed down because we are not allowed to lend in the construction and we are not allowed to lend in the motor. However, Bhutan Insurance Company has a comfort of getting the opportunity to underwrite the aviation insurance for the first time in 2012. That's our national airline took here. And that gave us the comfort in the premium, which is more than 40 million. So if you look at the specific products, there has been a decline. But if you look at the overall, our performance has been maintained. It has really not affected the performance of the company as a whole. Overall, what I want to say is we need to respect the policies which the government has put in place. Whenever there is a disequilibrium in the balance of payment, the first solution is always earn more foreign exchange, and that can be done by exporting more. But till such time, when you are not in a position to export more and earn foreign currencies, I think they have taken the right directions and introduced the right policy by curbing the import and reducing the cost. However, I'm sure in the long run, they will lift this ban, but may not be as free as before, but with few guidelines, with few directives. So performance of the BIL 2012 has been not as much as we expected, but nevertheless, we still grew by around 2 to 5%.
Understand. The insurance business also functions based on the risk factor. So we experienced a few natural calamities. We had an earthquake and then there was a fire. Did that help this insurance business, this company, BIL, to expand your business?
See, the journey of any business has never been smooth to anyone. It always has been rough, tedious. You always have to prove yourself in the market. When we came in 2009, yes, many people has this grievance of knowing that whether the BIL has the capacity to pay the claims in case if there's a major disaster. What the public should understand is the backbone of any insurance company is always the reinsurance. Mm-hmm. In case of natural calamities, in case of big disasters, if you have to pay a huge premium, it is not the government who will put in the money. It's not going to be the shareholders who's going to put in the money, but it is based on the treaties that you have signed with the reinsurers. They are the ones who will come in.
So currently you have 4 reinsurers.
Yes, because of that, our regulators always insist that before we start our operation in insurance business, they will come and see who are your reinsurers. Are they A-rated? Are they sound? Based on our proposal to the government, to the regulators, based on the treaties that we have signed with our reinsurers, they have approved. And the first testing for the BIL was in 2010. We started in 2009, August. Within 4 months, we had a huge claim of Amankora. Everybody has kept watching us. And you'll be surprised to know that we had paid that claim almost around 40 million within a period of 2 months, thanks to our reinsurer. That has helped us to build our image. That has built to show the comfort to our other clients, for them to learn that, yes, BIL has the capacity to observe the risks. Yes, after that, we have been tested again with the major earthquake insurance. We have been tested again with a lot of motor vehicle heavy equipment insurances. But I'm glad to inform that we have successfully met all those challenges.
So today, what are the products that you have, insurance products?
For the general insurance, we have the standard products which is provided by all non-life general insurance companies, especially like fire insurance, motor insurance, earthquake. We have a marine. These are the standard PA, personal accident insurances. We also have new developed products which we have launched in Bhutan and are successfully implemented, such as loan protection insurance. I'm sure you understand what that's given. Why we introduced that is when we did this research and survey, we found that the civil servants in Bhutan, by standard, husbands are always the bread earners. Wives are always the homemakers. It is the husband who earns some money. With that, he pays house rent. He provides fees for his children. And with a little bit saving, he takes us as an equity. Then he borrows money and tries to create some assets. Everything goes well as long as the husband leaves. But the problem starts when the misfortune occurs to the bread earner. His salary is stopped. The post benefits that he gets is enough for the family just to meet their 49 days for this all ritual activities. What happens after that? One part. Two, I also realized that most of the employees mortgages their post-retirement benefits like gratuity and provident fund to the banks and take a loan. When the misfortune occurred to them, the breadwinner is gone and their post benefits are taken by the banks. So we said the family is not only losing the breadwinner but also losing his hard-earned savings in the form of post-retirement benefits. So we said, can we do something with that? So we came up with a product called loan protection insurance, whereby if you are mortgaging or hypothecating your gratuity and provident fund and taking a loan from the bank, come and buy a policy from us. Premium is very low. For 100,000, probably you have to pay 425 rupees in a year. When the misfortune occurs to the breadwinner, we go to the bank, pay their loan, and make their gratuities or provident fund available to their families. We did that for many clients, almost around 40 to 50 clients. So it's very beneficial to them. In the last 2 years, yes. You can even get the records from us, who are the people who got it. In fact, the first claim was from the BDBL. The person was driving up from Pennsylvania to Thimphu. On the way, he made an accident in Chumcha and he died. BDBL didn't know. Immediately, we got intimations. So we went to BDBL, paid his loan, and took the check for his provident fund gratuity, went to see his family, and paid them. So it serves as a good way in the long run. And I encourage everyone should take that.
But in the total non-performing loans, what is the percentage of that loans that becomes bad debt with such incidents?
See, as per the RMA norms and the regulations, loans are treated as in three categories. That is standard, watch, and non-standard. That is the non-performing. Standards are the ones which are less than 30 days. Any loan that falls between 30 days to 60 days are called watch. It's a time to watch them. Anything above 60 days is non-standard. And we have to give 100% provision on the non-standards. BL has been fortunate for two reasons. Number one, we are new in the market. Therefore, all the loans are new as of now. Two, we have been very selective in choosing our clients. We also have been looking at their capacity to repay, their past credibilities. But because of that, our non-performing loan as of now in 2012 is less than 1.5%. So we are one of the few fortunate financial institutions whose non-performing loans are very, very low. Yes.
So what I meant was, what amount you said that you have provided this loan protection loan a scheme?
Okay. For the loan protection insurance, the choice is up to the bank who is giving the loan and up to the individual client who is taking the loan.
But more or less, they have made it compulsory.
I'll tell you this. It ranges from 100,000 to 500,000, one. The regulator has been very practical and open, and it says that the decision to provide loan protection insurance should be left to the management of the banks. Now, we have this loan protection insurance, a memorandum of understanding signed with BNBL, with BDBL, and with NBPF. When it comes to the BNB, it was more like a mandatory. You have to buy policies in line with the loan term, the credit term that they have taken. And when it is with the BDBL and NPPF, it was left with the clients as a choice now, individually. Now, why the banks are insisting on, like BNB, on the compulsory is because, number one, it not only helps the individual clients at the time of misfortune, but it also helps the banks to reduce their non-performing loans. For example, there are many cases where the clients are untraceable. There are many cases where the clients are terminated from the office. One of the beauty of this loan protection insurance is it also covers your termination. If the client is terminated from the office and she's not able to repay his loan because his repayment is directly related to the salary he earns, so when he doesn't earn, means he doesn't pay the loan. So he loses the gratuity provident fund. At the same time, the bank also has to keep a huge provision. We coming in the picture helps both the parties. So it's win-win for all the three parties. the banks, the clients, and of course we as an insurance company.
So, as an insurance company, you not only cover the risks in case of death, but also in other when the
Yes,
employee is
yes,
terminated or
yes,
his
yes.
disability is also
Yes.
is covered in.
Yes, the beauty of this product is any other normal insurance policies, it is covered the personal accident only. Here, it covers your personal accident, it covers your natural death, it covers your disability, and it covers your terminations. So we have come up with this new product totally for the benefit of the client, the bank, and of course we are also in a business. We have to earn few, profit from it. So it's a win-win for all the institutions.
So, have you been able to build a good reserves for the company in the last 2 years?
Is a mandatory, whether we like it or not, is a mandatory from the RMA regulations, which clearly says that as an insurance company, we need to build up the reserve. And to build up the reserve for profit after tax, whatever we have, 55% has to be immediately transferred towards the reserve. And we have been doing that for the last 3 years.
So, have you met the standard
Yes,
set by RMA?
yes, we have met all the requirements of the RMA from the first year itself when it comes to the insurance. When it comes to the lending part, although we met, but it has been very difficult for us. One of the norms is the single largest borrower and 10 largest borrower, which you cannot give more than 30% of your total portfolio. When you are a new entry in the market, your market share is very small. Number of your clients is very few. Therefore, to meet that 30% of the single largest and 10 largest has been difficult, but somehow or other we managed to meet that, and RMA has been more than helpful in providing us all their guidance and support.
So, as a non-bank financial institution, you are not allowed to lend. Will that affect the company's growth in the long run?
Globally, insurance company normally do not go into the direct retail lending. The reason being, when you go, the source of the fund for the non-bank financial institutions, especially like us, is the premium, which has to be kept and invested into the safe havens, especially at the time to meet the calamities at the time of need. If you put that into the lending activities, then, and if the lending loans becomes non-performing, then there's a double exposure of risk both the ways. And I fully respect their view. However, Bhutan has been unique by itself. Bhutan is a small society. We know who is who. When we, at the time of giving loan, we know whether they have the potential to pay back the loan, whether they have the capacity, the credibility of each individual. That's one part. Two, unlike in many countries, we don't have many financial tools in the market, be it in the terms of capital market, be it in the forms of a mutual fund, venture capital. All we have is the RMA bond, which also comes very, at a big interval. So if we do not invest into the lending, then how do we earn? One part. Second is also important to understand that insurance companies globally makes profit from the interest they earn on the investment they make, not from the underwriting. Underwriting itself, you don't make much profit, but it's how you invest that
fund
money.
you have.
Yes.
Account.
So because of that, we are discussing with the RMA, and RMA has been kind enough to understand our problems and has now more or less relaxed that and told us that we can continue doing the lending activities for the growth of the company as well as for the growth of the economy as a whole, but probably with a restriction in future. Probably the best way to move forward is not whether you can lend or not. That's not the question. The question is you should put a cap on the fund. As of now, whatever fund we mobilize to the insurance underwriting is totally put into the investment lending. I think that's not proper, that's not healthy. Probably they should put a cap, say 30 to 40%. 30 to 40% of the fund that you mobilize from the lending, you cannot put into from the insurance, you cannot put into the lending. That should be diversified into other activities, balance put out there. So that way, there's a big diversification of our fund. I think that will be the way forward in the future.
So, has in any ways that the liquidity crunch that the economy has suffered and the rupee crunch has affected the business of Bhutan Insurance Company?
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, this has not only affected BIL, but it has affected every business houses. But at the same time, it has a wisdom in itself, and we have to honor it. And I'm sure that every business houses will support it because this will play a very important in shaping the economic growth of a country in the long run.
By saying business house, are you referring it to financial institutions?
It can be financial institutions, it can be car dealers, it can be any import houses. Every line of business houses has been affected. Of course, the degree of the effect varies from one to one. BIL, unlike other financial institutions, has affected more for the simple reason, as I said it, our main line of business is the insurance, that is the motor and construction. And when you have a cap and stop on that, there's no premium inflow. So definitely, yes. Nevertheless, these are the good policies which needs to be in place till such time where your export will be more than the import, then I'm sure they can lift it.
So, how are you looking at 2013 in terms of business for insurance company like yours?
I am very positive in my thinking for 2013 for a number of reasons. Number one, these restrictions on the import ban on the vehicle and construction has made us think and come up with new products which are non-fire and non-motor. Have they not put a ban on this, I'm sure we have not thought of those new products. We would have gone for a easy money of only motor insurance and housing insurances.
So now you have
Now-
new line of products.
Oh yes, we will be coming up with a lot of new line of businesses, which will be good for the economy, which will be good for the clients, and also which will be good for the BIL as a whole, one part. Two, the time has also come whereby we need to now concentrate more into the rural base. We need to penetrate the rural areas. We have to actively play a role of educating the rural masses on the importance of the insurance, why they need to have it, and also aggressively go into other combined products of fire and personal together. So these are the few areas which we're looking into definitely. And also a lot of hydropowers are coming up. And with these blessings, I see 2013, we should be able to do well. Shouldn't be a problem.
Lasla, thank you very much for your time, and we wish you the best for 2013.
Thank you
I
so
hope
much.
your insurance company will grow
you so
further
much.
in 2013.
Okay.
So on that note, I would also like to sign out here saying goodbye, and do join us every Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. I'm your host Ashok Tirwa. This is Goodbye.